Earlier today, the owner of TDS, BelowNatural, went on stage in his Discord talking to different people and asking for feedback regarding the release of the Mako DJ or general feedback regarding the game. Fortunately, I was lucky enough to be one of the people who got to speak to him, and we had a pretty lengthy conversation which ended up revealing some really exciting features that may be coming in the future, such as the ability to buy admin commands and much more. In this video, I'm going to be summarizing all the important details discussed during this call, so make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and let's get started.
Hello.
Oh my goodness.
You've been chosen to speak, CORSO.
I guess I have. One of the first things I wanted to talk about, since a lot of people in the community are really upset about this right now, and it was the main focus of the call, was how I personally felt about the release of the DJ skin, or at least what I believe the community felt. I don't have that much of an issue when it comes to monetizing like cosmetics and stuff, because that doesn't really affect the game if other people can't get it. However, what I think a lot of people have an issue with is the fact that I think last week it was said that it wasn't going to be in a deluxe crate and it wasn't going to be RNG. And I mean, that was true. That didn't happen. But I think because no other skin has been released like this, it gave people the impression that it was going to come out for free. And I think that made a lot of people disappointed when, you know, it turned out to be like $10 worth of Robux.
Yeah, I definitely see your point and I understand what you're saying. I think we could have definitely done a much better job with communicating the launch for the skin. I know I kind of left it really vague and up in the air. I think moving forward, one of the biggest lessons that we've learned, at least expressed from the community, is just to be more transparent when it comes to these experimental features. Yeah, because I think this is one of the most experimental features that we've launched within the last 3 months. I think, yeah, we need to just be more transparent with it. That way we can get people's expectations aligned with ours.
I definitely think what he's saying here is good, and I do appreciate the fact that they are taking accountability and acknowledging the fact that they have struggled with being transparent to the community for a long time. Another thing I wanted to ask about was regarding the fact that he said future ultimate skins would be obtainable through PvP. So I wanted to see if this DJ skin would also become obtainable in the future. You said that other like ultimate skins are going to come out in PvP. Is that including the DJ skin?
The DJ skin won't be obtained from PvP since we have a very special line of skins that we're developing called champions for PvP. So this is kind of its own one-off test before we really commit to ultimate skins, because this is like what we're trying to do with Mako DJ is see, hey, can we commit with this with ultimate skins as a whole? How do we need to go about this approach? What do we have to change? How can we improve the next time around?
To summarize what he said, the Mako DJ is not going to be one of the skins you can unlock by playing PvP, as instead they have a lineup of champion skins which will be obtainable from playing PvP. This was a little bit disappointing to hear, so I wanted to see if there was still any chance the skin could be obtained for free in the future. I understand you guys said about the whole rollout thing, but I think maybe sometime in the future it'd be good if like DJ was at least obtainable somehow for free, because even with things that are locked in a deluxe crate, like you have a chance to get them from missions and stuff. That's not possible with the DJ skin right now. So if it could be added to like, you know, a mission or something in the future, I think the community would like that.
I guess one of the questions I have for you regarding that, and this is really goes out to the community, and this is sort of like a rhetoric question at the same time, is that like if we were to introduce a free way to get the Mako DJ skin, like would the community be fine with it being extremely low odds or extremely difficult? Because one of the things that come with the Mako DJ skin is that it's hard to make these skins, and it's not only does it cost us a lot of money on resources to make these skins, it takes us a lot of time. We don't know if this is something, like when I say a lot of time, like the entire team gets involved, from music to sound design to art to concept art to engineering. So part of us, I kind of wonder, like, if we can't really monetize off this, right? Is it really worth it for us to put these resources into skins opposed to working on things such as towers, right? So if we were, and one way that we could offset that is by either having it be a low chance in something like a crates, or a low chance in something like a item drop, or by having an extremely long and painful quest. which isn't the optimal choice for me because I don't want to really make players have to suffer in order to get a skin, right? No one wants to do that. So I guess what I'm trying to look for feedback from the community as to how we can try to strike a right balance if we're to have some sort of option for a free to play way to obtain at least this specific ultimate skin.
Essentially, making these ultimate skins takes a lot of money, time, and effort from the TDS team, and realistically, from a business standpoint, they have to find a way to monetize it. And as he was saying, he wasn't really sure what method the community would rather want when it comes to getting the skin, as he wasn't sure if the community would react so positively if they added a really grindy quest. Yeah, like what you're saying about like you don't want the community to have to like grind for it and stuff. I think realistically, if it's like between RNG like being rare and being hard to get, I definitely think people would 100% prefer hard to get, because I mean personally myself, like I think like RNG or any kind of gambling is just like kind of scummy or stupid. I feel like if you really want to get a skin, you should be able to put the time in and be able to get it. I think TDS is already a really grindy game. I mean, if you want to get like golden skins, it takes like several hours for each skin. So I don't personally think the community has any issue with grinding several hours for a mission, but I also 100% understand what you mean about turning a profit and that you guys need to make the skin worth the time. So I think if you guys do have a mission that's like really hard to do, there's definitely going to be people that skip the mission because that's already a feature. So maybe like make it like a special rarity of mission that's more expensive to skip but takes a lot longer, because I mean personally, the second I see the update, I just buy it. I mean that probably is because I'm a content creator, I need to make a video on it, but I think there's a lot of people who have the same mindset like that just buy it without thinking. So I think you guys can still turn a profit while still giving people the opportunity to get it for free.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. I think, yeah, now that you like sort of put it that way, I'll definitely have to put out, I definitely do want to keep like getting people's opinions on whether or not they would like a mission quest that's really difficult for this, with while having the option to unlock it with Robux. So what I probably will do is I'll put out a poll, see like, hey, if like we add this as a mission quest, will you guys be fine with it?
Yeah,
Cool.
that sounds like a great idea. Just like get the general community's idea on it. When you say difficult, do you mean as in like challenging, like really hard, like quick draw, or do you mean like takes a long time?
Both, because our goal, at least our team's goal with this skin, is to make it extremely rare. Hence why it's called the ultimate rarity.
So hopefully soon we will see a poll made in the Discord asking people if they would like to see the skin be added to a mission. It does sound like they're going to make it a really hard mission, but I definitely think this is a lot better than locking it completely behind a paywall. This is pretty much all we said about the DJ skin, and at this point I really wanted to get some feedback as to what I want to see personally as a content creator. However, in doing this, Below ended up revealing some really exciting news as to what features could possibly be coming in the future. Is it cool if I ask a couple questions about like content creator stuff?
Yeah. Go ahead and ask questions about content creator stuff.
All right, so one of the things that I think like every single content creator thinks is really annoying is the fact that, let's say you want to just get like a clip of like a tower, right? You have to get into like a 30-minute game, grind up farms just for like a 5-second clip or something. I can get help from developers to like showcase skins and stuff. So if those tools are already like available and you guys are willing to help us out with admin commands and stuff, I mean, I think it would be really helpful if there was some kind of like sandbox mode or like a testing server where we could just spawn in stuff way faster, or just at least give ourselves infinite cash.
It's funny that you bring this up because remember how earlier in this stage I said that our team is working on a ton of things at once?
Yeah.
So one of the things that our team is, I'm just gonna drop this bomb right here, is that we're working on we're actually pretty much almost done with admin commands, Game Pass. Obviously, when you use these admin commands, none of your stats save, but and there's a pretty high, and I will be transparent with the pricing, there's a pretty high barrier of entry to get access to these admin commands. But we allow users to assign multiple admins once you buy this. So you can buy it and you share it with your friends. And it's almost like a sandbox mode, except it has a lot more functionality, and allows you to do things like play old game modes, experience old bosses. Eventually, it'll go out and expand to the wave editor that we've been working out. But that's coming pretty soon. The feature is almost done. It's been taking us a while to build because TDS is almost 5 years old. We have a lot to work around with and work around, but that's coming out like I'd say I think close to Thanksgiving. Don't quote me on that, but it's like almost there.
Hell yeah, bro. That's fire. That's like exactly what I wanted. So this is insane news. Basically, sometime in the future, maybe around Thanksgiving, TDS is going to release a very expensive game pass that will allow players to use admin commands in-game. With these admin commands, there will be a ton of things you could do, such as playing old events, removed game modes like golden mode, or just giving yourself infinite cash, spawning in bosses, or placing on any tower you want. It's basically going to be like a sandbox mode, but with way more capabilities. Of course, if you use these commands, you won't get any rewards from playing, but personally, as a content creator, I am salivating at the mouth thinking about this. The rate of which I can make content will be significantly sped up, as I won't have to waste hours just getting footage.
One of the reasons why we're deciding to put a high price tag to it is because admin commands can be pretty destructive to how you play the game. Like the moment you get admin commands, you kind of see the game entirely different. And there's a large chance, at least from our research, there's a large percentage of players that just drop off the game as soon as they get access to admin commands. So it's a really risky feature, which is why we kind of have this high barrier of entry.
So basically, the reason why they're going to put it at such a high price tag is because it's a very experimental feature, and they're worried that some players might not enjoy the game as much once they've purchased the Game Pass. Admin commands like this can completely ruin someone's experience, and I do understand why they want to be cautious. However, right after this, BelowNatural dropped some even more crazy news.
And eventually, we're working on this is going to come into the update after its initial launch, Wave Editor, which allows you to create your own custom game modes.
What? That's damn. Okay, big news. All right.
Not only do you get to make your own custom game modes, you get to load in other people's custom game modes, and we're working on a whole search algorithm and discovery page for it. It's huge. That comes with sandbox mode.
So you guys are basically making like the challenge editor, like from BTD6, you know how like it has like the custom challenges people can make?
It's basically like a glorified challenge editor.
Holy crap, that is probably some of the craziest news we've gotten all year. Giving users the ability to make their own game modes and challenges is gonna add an infinite amount of content to TDS. That is such a big feature, and I'm genuinely so shocked to hear this. I think this will be a great addition to TDS, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. I think it will give a lot of enjoyment to all kinds of players, with really good players finally having some fun challenges, creative players being able to put their passion into game modes, and new players being able to play just some silly game modes. Before I stepped off the call, because personally I was pretty hungry and I didn't want to take up too much of his time, I wanted to ask him one more thing about a concern I had regarding the updates of the game. Just one thing about updates. I've heard other people talk about this too. You guys are very experimental, so you guys seem very focused on adding like brand new content and stuff, but it does kind of feel like some updates get added and then never come back to that. Like for example, consumables, they haven't been changed since they got added. And like a lot of them are just like the balancing is kind of weird on some of them. And so sometimes it kind of feels unfortunate when like the goal is so heavily focused on adding new content in order to bring new players, when some things like in the past might need to be polished up on.
It's something that we've been, I guess, working on tackling recently. We've been on the backlog. We have a really big backlog of things that we're working on, and we have consumables on that. I know some things like consumables, and let me try to think of another feature that we haven't touched in a while. Honestly, like you could literally say golden perks themselves haven't been touched in forever as well. They kind of, unfortunately, they do sometimes kind of fall into the cracks based off of, because we're trying to deliver what players want to see the most. We have analytics telling us, hey, these are the features being most successful, and these are the most successful features. So while right now it does feel like consumables are in a way a little neglected, we are constantly right now, like we've basically taken a bunch of the community feedback that we've gathered over a couple of months onto a design document, to figure out how we can improve it. And basically from there, once we get it into a sweet spot where the community isn't really complaining too much about it, where we can actually have a purpose for it, a meaningful purpose for it in the core game loop, then we're going to try to constantly make it a routine to keep up with those.
To summarize what he said, TDS has a lot of things they need to go back and work on, resulting in a huge backlog of updates. While they do slowly try and tackle this, they have to at the same time work on new features, because without new content, the game is gonna die. Still, I feel like even if there was a lot of things they have to do, something simple like changing the damage of consumables shouldn't be that big of a deal. Regardless, that was it for this call, because I pretty much said everything I wanted to say, and I had to give other people a chance to speak. I'm really thankful to Below for letting me have this conversation, and I'm super excited to hear all the new things that are coming to TDS. Let me know in the comments down below which one of these features you're most excited for, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to join the Blue Head Mafia. I'll see you guys in the next video.